What's good everyone, Sidelight here with a custom build showcase. Today I'll be going over the Pokemon maps I built out of Lego. A like and comment would be greatly appreciated for me to gauge the interest in these builds. Even if you dislike them, let me know your thoughts. Let's start off with the generation that a good friend of mine dies on the hill saying it's the best, the first generation Kanto. Each map has indicators of the games that were released for the respective generation. For example, the red, green, blue, and yellow we see here for Gen 1. Recreating this map was a breeze thanks to the initial games being 4x3 aspect, and the same goes for Generation 2 later on. All the maps have the same dimensions to maintain a uniform design. Now for my introduction to the Pokemon games, the second generation Johto. A variety of elements were used for each map to represent the foliage, building, terrain, roads, etc. There is a repetition in some buildings and roads and routes because there are only so many combinations of Lego elements that would resemble the game's design elements. The Gen 1 and Gen 2 maps bear the most matching elements, and for good reason. Spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't played these games, but at the end of Gen 2, when you reach endgame, region expands and allowing you to go back to Gen 1 Kanto. And the same can be said about the Lego maps. They can be combined into the larger map. Gen 3 became my first own copy with Ruby. For Hoenn, a brighter palette is used since it was a more tropical region. For this map, they asked how much water, and they responded with the yes. From this generation onward, the maps had to be slimmed in Lego form because of the in-game aspect ratio of 16:9. That way, it could fit into the Lego baseplate. All the towns and cities and points of interest in each map were recreated as closely as possible. There are a few Easter eggs in each map to represent events, hidden islands or locations, etc. The previous map elements culminate to an even larger and detailed map for Gen 4 Sinnoh. Gen 4 was opposite to Gen 3 with more land, diverse biomes, and the return of expanding the map when the player reaches endgame. It had many enjoyable routes and points of interest because of how it was weaved in with the traversal of the land, such as hidden pathways, spots to use specific moves, and many more. The GameStop Pokestop events are represented on the map with their islands. And lastly, the generation that retired on Gen 5 Unova. I had to look up many references for this map, and it is the pinnacle of Pokemon game map designs looking back on it. Hear me out before you crucify me. I'm just talking about the map design and the player's experience from these design choices. They may seem small, but together pull off a captivating world experience. Let's start off with a large map with detailed areas, check. Map expanding after endgame, check. A variety of biomes and routes, check. Hidden routes and pathways, check. And the introduction of seasons that will dynamically change the map and how the world changes according to those seasons. A day and night cycle and many more features that were introduced to the world. I won't be expanding and recreating the later gens. I did not play those games and I'm not too familiar with them. I can do research for them, but it won't feel the same as the games I've already experienced. With that, I'm gonna call it. Thank you all for watching. Let me hear your thoughts on the maps down below and subscribe for more random builds and content. As a surprise, I've opened an Etsy shop with the maps up for sale for a limited quantity of each. They will be the completed maps with no instructions and the acrylic included for it to be hung up on the walls. They will be $60 each, US shipping only, no international. The delivery estimates of about 7 to 10 business days. I am a one-man operation. Now I need to go take a nap. Take it easy, everyone.